Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Daily English Podcast. I'm Anna, and honestly, I'm feeling really excited because March is finally here.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tom. And wow, March always feels like that awkward middle child between winter and spring.
Yes, it's that month where one day feels warm and hopeful, and the next day you're back in a winter jacket wondering what happened.
Exactly. In March, I never know what to wear, so I end up carrying a coat, sunglasses, and an umbrella at the same time.
March feels like nature is slowly waking up, but it's still a little sleepy and confused.
And honestly, my mood in March changes with the weather. Sometimes energetic, sometimes still in winter mode.
That's why today we're talking about March and how to describe this interesting month in English.
Because it's not just about weather, it's about small changes you start to notice around you.
And today's topic is very important, Tom. So before we continue, please like this video and subscribe to the channel.
Like longer days, a little more sunlight, and maybe a tiny bit more motivation. Or that feeling when you hear birds again and suddenly life feels lighter.
March is also the month where people start making new plans, even if they already forgot their January goals.
Yes, March is like a gentle reminder that the year is moving forward whether we're ready or not.
Sometimes March feels refreshing, like a soft restart button.
And sometimes it feels unpredictable, like the weather can't decide what season it wants to be.
That mix of cold mornings and warmer afternoons makes March very special.
It's not fully winter and not fully spring, just somewhere in between.
Today, we'll talk about how to describe March naturally, in a calm and friendly way.
So you can talk about this month without just saying it's windy or it's rainy.
Because March has personality, even if it's a little moody sometimes.
So relax, get comfortable, and let's talk about March together.
In March, many people start spending more time outside, even if the weather is still a little cold, because they can feel spring slowly arriving.
Yes, you see people walking in parks more often, enjoying the fresh air, even if they still need a light jacket.
Some families begin cleaning their homes in March, opening windows, and letting the new season in.
That's true. Spring cleaning often starts in March, and suddenly everyone feels motivated to organize their life a little better.
In some cultures, March is connected to new beginnings, and people celebrate the idea of renewal and fresh starts.
Yes. For example, some communities celebrate Nowruz, which marks the beginning of spring and the new year.
During these celebrations, families gather together, share meals, and spend meaningful time with each other.
And I love how March celebrations often focus on hope, growth, and positive energy.
In many places, students have short breaks in March, so families travel or plan small trips together.
Even if they don't travel far, they enjoy simple outdoor activities like picnics or short hikes.
Some people also start planting flowers in March, preparing their gardens for the warmer months ahead.
Yes, gardening becomes popular again, and people feel excited to see small plants grow.
Some people also begin exercising more in March because the weather feels more comfortable than in the middle of winter.
I always see more runners outside in March, as if everyone suddenly remembers their fitness goals.
In schools, teachers sometimes talk about seasonal change, helping children understand how nature transforms.
And businesses often prepare for spring promotions because March feels like a fresh marketing opportunity.
Some people use March as a personal reset, reviewing their goals and adjusting their plans for the year.
It's like a quiet checkpoint month, not as intense as January, but still motivating.
Even simple traditions like changing wardrobes and wearing lighter colors make March feel special.
Yes, March may seem ordinary at first, but when you look closely, it's full of small, meaningful changes.
Tom, in March, I always start thinking about small, personal goals again. Not big, dramatic resolutions, but gentle improvements in daily life.
Yes, March feels like a second chance month where you can quietly restart without the pressure of New Year excitement.
Sometimes I use March to reset my morning routine, waking up a little earlier and enjoying the softer sunlight.
I try to spend less time on my phone in March and more time noticing small changes outside, like new leaves or brighter skies.
March also makes me reflect on how fast time is moving, because suddenly winter is almost gone and a new season is beginning.
That feeling makes me want to slow down, to appreciate simple moments before they pass.
I often feel calmer in March, as if the world is gently preparing for something fresh and new.
There's a quiet optimism in the air, even on cloudy days, that makes everything feel lighter.
Sometimes I rearrange my room in March just to match the changing mood of the season.
I like opening windows more often, even if it's still slightly cold, because fresh air feels symbolic.
March is also a good time to check in with yourself, to ask how the year is going so far without being too critical.
Yes, it's less intense than January, so self-reflection feels softer and more honest.
I find that conversations in March feel different too. People seem more hopeful and future-focused.
Maybe it's because longer days naturally improve our energy levels.
Even simple walks feel meaningful in March, as if you're witnessing a slow transformation.
I enjoy noticing small details, like how trees begin to change, almost secretly.
March teaches patience, because spring doesn't arrive all at once. It arrives slowly.
And that slow change reminds me that personal growth also takes time.
So even if March feels ordinary, it carries quiet momentum towards something better.
And maybe that's why March always feels gentle, hopeful, and slightly magical.
In March, I also notice how people slowly change their daily habits, like choosing to walk instead of drive when the weather feels a little kinder.
Yes, there's something about March that makes simple routines feel lighter, as if the year is finally starting to move forward instead of feeling stuck in winter.
I often feel more motivated to cook fresh food in March because fruits and vegetables start to look brighter and more inviting.
That's true. Even going to the market in March feels different, like everyone is quietly preparing for a new season of life.
March is also a time when people begin planning future trips, dreaming about summer holidays even if they're still months away.
Yes, March is the month of almost. Almost warm, almost sunny, almost spring.
I like how March encourages small changes, not dramatic transformations, but gentle steps forward.
Sometimes I use March to reconnect with friends, sending messages I postponed during busy winter weeks.
There's a softer energy in conversations during March, as if people feel more open to new beginnings.
Even workplaces seem slightly more positive because the darker winter mornings are slowly disappearing.
March afternoons feel longer, and that extra daylight somehow gives extra patience, too.
I notice I complain less in March because I can see progress in the weather, even if it's small.
March teaches us that change doesn't have to be loud. It can be gradual and still meaningful.
That's why I think March is underrated, because it doesn't shout for attention, but it quietly improves things.
It's the bridge between cold and warm, between stillness and movement.
And living in that in-between space can actually feel peaceful if you allow it.
March reminds me that growth starts invisibly, before flowers bloom or trees turn green.
And maybe that's a nice reminder for us, too, that progress can happen even when we don't see it clearly.
So when March feels uncertain, I try to see it as a month of preparation rather than confusion.
And that simple shift in perspective makes March feel calm, hopeful, and quietly beautiful.
In March, I sometimes take a little more time in the morning, just sitting near the window and noticing how the light feels softer than before.
I do that too. And it's interesting how even a small change in sunlight can gently improve your mood without you fully realizing it.
March feels like a reminder that nothing stays the same forever. Not the cold days, and not the quiet ones either.
Yes, it quietly teaches patience, because the transformation from winter to spring doesn't happen overnight.
I like how March encourages small outdoor moments, like short walks after dinner, when the air feels fresh but not freezing.
Those small walks somehow clear the mind, as if the season itself is helping you think more clearly.
March is also a time when I reflect on balance between staying comfortable and trying something new.
It's a gentle shift, not a dramatic push, and that makes it feel healthy and sustainable.
I notice that people smile a little more in March, maybe because they sense that warmer days are coming.
Even rainy days in March feel different. less heavy than winter rain and somehow more hopeful.
There's a quiet beauty in trees that are still bare, but clearly preparing for new leaves.
That image always reminds me that growth can be invisible before it becomes obvious.
March gives space for slow decisions without the pressure of big expectations.
It feels like a calm checkpoint in the year, where you can pause and adjust your direction.
I appreciate that March doesn't demand too much. It simply offers opportunity in a quiet way.
And maybe that's why it feels comforting, because it allows change without forcing it.
Even conversations in March feel thoughtful, as if people are gently planning what they want next.
It's a month of preparation, not just in nature, but in mindset too.
So instead of rushing through March, I try to notice its small details and subtle transitions.
And when you do that, March becomes not just another month, but a peaceful bridge towards something new.
In March, I sometimes feel a quiet kind of motivation, not the loud excitement of January, but a softer energy that feels more realistic.
Yes, it's like March doesn't pressure you to change, it simply invites you to move a little forward.
I find that my thoughts become clearer in March, maybe because the days are brighter and the mornings feel less heavy.
There's something about natural light that gently improves focus without any effort.
March also makes me think about balance between staying comfortable and trying something new.
It's a month where you can test small habits without feeling judged if they don't work perfectly.
Sometimes I start reading new books in March, as if my mind is ready for fresh ideas.
I like setting small weekly goals in March. Nothing dramatic, just manageable steps.
Even my sleep feels slightly different, because the mornings feel more inviting than during deep winter.
And that change alone can slowly improve your daily rhythm without stress.
March encourages quiet confidence, the kind that grows without showing off.
It feels like preparation season, where you strengthen yourself before busier months arrive.
I also enjoy noticing how people talk about future plans more, like summer trips or personal projects.
Yes, conversations slowly shift from surviving winter to imagining warmer days.
March teaches flexibility because the weather changes quickly and you must adapt.
And that adaptability is actually a useful life skill beyond just seasons.
Sometimes March feels reflective, like a moment to check your direction without panic.
It gives space for honest self-talk without the dramatic pressure of big resolutions.
I appreciate how March doesn't rush growth. It allows it to unfold naturally.
And maybe that's the real beauty of March. It moves quietly, but it moves forward.
As March slowly comes to an end, I always feel like I've quietly crossed a small bridge between the heaviness of winter and the promise of spring.
Yes, and even if nothing dramatic happened, there's still a sense that something inside has shifted gently forward.
March teaches us that progress does not need to be loud or visible to be meaningful.
Sometimes the most important changes are the ones that happen quietly in our mindset.
I like how this month reminds us to be patient with ourselves.
Because just like nature, we don't bloom instantly. We grow step by step.
March also shows that in-between phases are not empty, they are full of preparation.
And preparation is often more important than the final result.
When we look back at March, we may not remember big events.
But we might remember small feelings of hope returning.
We might remember longer days and softer light.
Or simple moments that felt lighter than before.
That's why March deserves attention, even if it seems ordinary.
Because ordinary months can carry quiet transformation.
So as we move toward a new season, let's carry that gentle energy with us.
Let's stay flexible, patient, and open to gradual change.
And let's remember that slow progress is still progress.
If you enjoyed today's calm conversation about March, it would mean a lot if you like this episode and subscribe to Daily English Podcast.
Your support helps us continue creating relaxed, friendly conversations for you every week.
Thank you for spending your time with us today, and until next time, take care and goodbye.